Hi, Legion. John Hittler, co-founder of Evoking Genius and co-creator of the Genius Discovery Process, with another edition of Pure Genius. Hey, did you tune in today because you're having a bad day? Or maybe you had a series of bad days and you're in kind of a slump. You notice you get momentum going in that direction and it's hard to shift it. Well, it happens to all of us. Mood swings, momentum changes, bad breaks, bad mood. It happens to everybody. What do you do about it? Here's the problem. It affects your performance, it affects your best relationships, and it affects your perspective, like your mood, every day that you're in a slump. In short, you're not who you really want to be at your best. Ugh, not great. Well, here's our promise today. We're going to give you triage moves to get you out of a short-term bad mood. We're also going to give you medium and long-range ideas to get you out of what I'll call a slump, which is a series of bad days. How do we do that? Well, I coach CEOs, entrepreneurs, team leaders, and individuals to create lasting behavior change by making transformation safer and more attractive than standing still. We'll give you some safe, attractive, transformational moves to get you out of a one-day slump or a protracted long-term slump. Want to play? Great, it'll help your mood if you do. So, how does this start? You go, my day started off just fine. Same as every day. I get up, I brush my teeth, I get going, and then suddenly, somehow, by 10:30, everything that could go wrong or a series of small things seem to conspire to wreck my day. Now I'm in a bad mood. I don't want to talk to people. I want to curl up and just be by myself. Stay away from me. I'm in a bad mood. You have those days? We all do. It's part of being human. The question is, how quickly, first of all, how do you get out of it? And then how quickly can I shift it to something I'd much rather be? Because the truth is, you wouldn't be watching today if you wanted to be in a bad mood or if you wanted to be in a slump. That's not who you are. You're all about making a difference in the world. So getting out of a slump, you want to do it as quickly as possible. Well, there's 3 simple ways you can do it, and we're going to put them in order of priority. Very simply, we're going to use a mind, body, spirit approach. Clean enough? Well, they don't go in that order. So what's the fastest way, the most effective, fastest way to get you out of a short-term slump? What I'll call triage. So you go, I'm having a tough day. It's not even lunchtime yet, and I want to just walk out of here because I got smoke coming out of my ears or because I'm having a tough time, or everybody I've talked to, I want to bite their head off. Do you have those? That's me some days. That's what we call triage. You're not having a series of bad days. You're just having a bad day and you need to shift it. The fastest, most effective way to do is go to physical or your body. Shift your body first as triage. Well, how do you do that? I'll give you a whole bunch of quick ways you can do it, and then I'll give you the biology and the neuroscience that sits underneath it so you understand why. Okay? First thing, shift your physical dynamics. So I'm guessing you're sitting in a cubicle, you're probably with illuminated light above, you're staring at a computer screen, you're stuck in a webinar that you don't want to be on. Shift your physical dynamics. What does that mean? Get the heck up off your butt. Sitting is the worst place long-term energetically for your body, not great for your mood or your physical well-being. Get up, walk around. So if all you can do is walk around the office, that's not a bad thing to do. Better, go outside. Fresh air is helpful. Sunshine's even better. They call it the sunshine drug, vitamin D, for a reason. When your body absorbs sunshine, it changes your mood and improves it. It's why people in climates like Alaska, where they don't see the sun for 3 months a year, have a high depression and suicide rate. The sunshine is helpful. Best, go take a 10 or 15 minute walk around the block. get outside your office, walk around campus, walk downtown, get a coffee, but change your physical dynamics. It's the fastest triage move you can make. The other piece is when you walk, your lymph nodes kick in. Your blood flows a little bit. You're not going to get your heart rate up real well, but it gets your blood flowing and your lymph nodes working, and that helps with your mood. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, if you can, at lunchtime or after work, do rigorous exercise. A brisk walk is good, a run is better, a spin class is better, kickboxing or something where you really have to exert yourself is fabulous for snapping you out of a bad mood. Why? Why? You've been in a spin class before, or Zumba, or kickboxing, or CrossFit, or a run. It's all you can think about to keep your focus on finishing the workout. So if you're in a spin class and you're 40 minutes in and it's a 60-minute class, you're dying after 20 minutes and you're doing everything you can to keep up at 40. You don't have time to feel sorry for yourself or think about the person who pissed you off at work or the meeting you didn't want to go to or the problem that was. You're doing anything you can just to focus on the workout and get reset. Your whole body resets when you reset your physical because it clears your head, if not forever, it clears your head temporarily of all that stuff that was bothering you. You take a shower, water has negative ions. Getting into water really helps. So afterwards you take a shower and get cleaned up, the negative ions help improve your mood as well. Wow, so a brisk physical exercise, if you can get out at lunchtime and do that, better. If you have to wait till after work, that's fine. Do it on your way home from work and you will feel much better and kick yourself out of your bad mood. It's triage, as we call it. Well, how about this one? Eat healthy at your next meal, whether that's lunch or a snack or whatnot. Because what do we tend to do when we're in a bad mood? I don't know about you, but sometimes when I'm really feeling sorry for myself, I go get a gigantic bag of Doritos. Nothing like a super huge 2-pound bad breath in a bag to make me feel even worse about myself because I threw a bunch of chemicals and processed flour and cornmeal into my system. Blah. Or maybe you binge eat on ice cream because short term you go, you know what, I deserve it because I'm in a bad mood. And then afterwards you go, oh my God, I just filled my system with dairy, sugar, and fat, and now I feel gross. Eat healthy. Go eat something healthy for lunch. If you think of a computer, garbage in, garbage out, your body works the same way on a cellular level. If you eat horribly, you're going to feel horrible over time. So again, short term, you can eat something super healthy. Eat something you like, but eat something healthy and it'll help your mood. Preferably carbs, fruits, and proteins, fruits, and vegetables. Stay away from the carbs because the carbs produce sugar, which take you up and then back down, and that affects your mood. So stay away from anything that's carbs or sugar because it won't help. Clear? Okay. People say, well, sometimes I just need a boost. I'm just low energy. So they go for coffee. Now, in terms of caffeine, caffeine's not a bad way to perk yourself up, much better than sugar. Here's the reason not to drink coffee, to drink green tea, or maybe you take a 5-hour energy or something that's got caffeine in it, but not the acid. People don't realize the part of coffee that oftentimes negatively affects your system. It's not the caffeine. Because you can drink tea and you get caffeine. In fact, black tea has much more caffeine than coffee. Green tea, not as much. Let's say green tea, tons of antioxidants, helpful for your body, a little lower in caffeine than sugar or than coffee, but no acid or very little acid comparatively speaking. Imagine your car if you throw a bunch of acid in the gas tank. Not good for the performance. When you're throwing acid from coffee into your system as your pick-me-up, you're not helping. Replace it with something healthier. Still, you can have caffeine if you want. Replace the coffee with something that's much less acidic. Again, garbage in, garbage out. 2 fun ones. A 20-second or longer hug, like a long embrace, releases all kinds of beneficial hormones that a 19-second or an 18-second hug doesn't. So you come home and give your life partner or your kids or your dog a little hug, not bad. A 20-second or longer hug releases all kinds of beneficial hormones. At the risk of sounding a little HR compliant, I wouldn't recommend doing big long hugs at the office, especially with a member of the opposite sex. You get written up for it. But from a biological standpoint, from a triage standpoint, a long hug really helps. The second one releases the exact same beneficial hormones, is a 6-second or longer kiss. Now these generally are G-rated or maybe PG-rated, so I'm not going to get into all the dynamics of whether you do French kiss or kiss on, but you get the idea. A 6-second kiss actually stimulates hormones in your body in a way that is super beneficial compared to a peck on the cheek or a quick kiss as you walk out the door. So a 20-second hug or longer and a 6-second kiss or longer, and let your HR manager know if they have any problems with it. They can talk to me and I recommended it. Great. And I'm not available for those either, so keep me out of it. So for physical interventions, they work best in a triage mode. They're the fastest way to get you out of a short-term slump. Long-term, if you include practices like physical exercise, it's super preventative from ever getting into a slump in the first place. If you have a regular practice of physical exercise, imagine what it does to your confidence, self-esteem, your physical appearance, how you look in the mirror, and then you're releasing adrenaline, dopamine, serotonin, all the beneficial chemicals. You're increasing your metabolism, all the great hormones and all the pharmacology in your brain gets taken care of quite nicely on a short-term or long-term basis by physical interventions in your mood. You with me? Great. So that's our primary, fastest way to snap yourself out short-term of a slump in the day or a slump that you've had going on for a while, a series of prolonged bad days. Some people call it anxiety or depression. Use physical interventions. It's the fastest way to do it. Well, we said mind, body, spirit. Wait a minute, but we just went body first. Okay, so if we're going to go body first, we got to switch up the whole order. Secondly, in terms of the efficiency or effectiveness or the speed, goes spirit. So we're going to go body, spirit, mind. I know you're OCD, you can't deal with it. I can't either. But spiritually, what interventions or what practices can we use to snap you out of a tough day in the realm of spirituality? You can guess. What's the first one? You don't have to be religious to pray. You can, if you acknowledge a higher power, I would say God, you may say whoever you want, but praying is a very quick way to do it. It's a conversation, it's a way to vent, it's a way to release tension or release anxiety and know that someone's listening. The truth is, even if you don't get a response, it releases it from your body temporarily. So prayer is a great one. Meditation is another one. It's a spiritual practice that allows you to lower your heartbeat, reset your body. These days, more and more companies have meditation rooms because they recognize the beneficial effects of calm, centered, present employees. I recommend a phone app called Calm, C-A-L-M. You can do a 2, 3, 5, 7, 10, 15, 20, 20. You can do a 45-minute guided meditation, so you don't have to know what you're doing. You just literally pick a theme like presence or calm or forgiveness or power or sleep, and then you pick the length of the meditation you'd like, and you start the program, and it starts playing. All you do is follow the instructions calmly, simply, and whether you got 5 minutes or 40 minutes, you can do a meditation. Really helps to reset you when you're in a bad mood. It's a spiritual practice. Third one in spirituality, connect with something that feeds your highest values. You go, what? I mean, feeds my highest values. What are my highest? First of all, you'd have to know your highest values. But what feeds your highest value? If you're all about service, is there a way you can serve? Nothing gets you out of your slump better than serving others. Whether you believe in service as a high value or not, serving others forces you to acknowledge that there are people who are in worse shape than you are and that you have something to contribute. It'll snap you out of a slump. It's spiritually proven and really healthy to serve others. But let's say your highest value is curiosity. What could you do to feed your highest value of curiosity? Well, gosh, I could learn something, or I could ask great questions, or I could help, or I could mentor, or I could be of service in the realm of curiosity. How about if you're generous? What would it take to feed your sense of giving or generosity, because that's a high level value for you? Connect with your highest values on a spiritual sense by doing something physical that fits that core value, and you'll snap out of a bad mood. Again, when you do this, what does it do? It resets or releases positive hormones or positive pharmacology, as you will. Your brain is a complete pharmacy with any drug you need. You just have to tap into it. And doing this releases all of the positive hormones. The other piece that it does is it has you relax, which means you sleep better at night. And we say it all the time. People think the purpose of sleep is to rest. That's partially true. But when you get into a deep sleep, your body heals. And when I say it heals, it resets all of the hormones to a balanced state. So for instance, your metabolism resets every day. Your melatonin resets every day. Your serotonin resets every day. Your dopamine resets every day. It affects your mood, it affects your metabolism, it affects your weight, it affects your rest, it affects your mood. But you need to get into a deep sleep in order to do that. Great way to do that is to relax and connect on a spiritual level. So spirituality works short term, not as well as physical or as body, but it does work short term. Medium to long range, it is the most effective way to get out of a slump. Spiritually is the better way compared to your body, but do both of them. Adopt healthy habits in both realms, and you'll feel much better and prevent ever going into a slump in the first place. Well, we said mind, body, spirit. Now we've gone body, spirit. What's left? Ding, ding, ding. Mind. We're going to take mind for 1,000, Alex. Thank you. So this one will be a tough one because it is mind. How about it? Short, medium, or long term? Mind works really well for this. What's the best way to use your brain or your sense of intellect or your intelligence to snap out of a bad mood? Anyone? Anyone at all? Just raise your hand. Okay, just blurt it out then. Just blurt it out. The easiest way, and you've heard it before, you're either learning or dying. You're either growing or dying. What's your sense of growing or learning? If you're learning something new, it's hard to be in a state where you're feeling sorry for yourself. It's the term crowding out or extinction. We use it all the time. You can't be in a dying mode if you're in a growing mode. You can't be both at the same time. So why not proactively put yourself into a growing mode? Some simple ways to do it. Here's one I use a lot. As I'm getting dressed in the morning, it takes me about 15 minutes. I'm a high maintenance chick, sorry. The hair, it takes a while. I'm brushing my teeth, I'm shaving. I don't do it while I'm in the shower because it's too loud. But while I'm getting ready and getting dressed, I can put on a TED Talk. They're almost all under 15 minutes by design because that's what TED requires. I can listen to a TED Talk and I don't really care what it's on, because the great thing about TED Talks, if you've ever listened to them, they are on all kinds of unusual and dynamic subjects that you would never think about, and they're all well done. Even if they suck, they're only 15 minutes. So while I'm getting dressed, I'm being inspired, educated, my perspective is changing. Somebody's challenging my point of view in a respectful, intelligent way. And by the time I get dressed, I go, God, that was really interesting. And it might be a 14-year-old social entrepreneur. It might be somebody who's a freedom fighter from another country talking about their perspective on changing their whole country. It might be a pro soccer player who has stopped a civil war in Ghana. And you go, God, these are interesting people. I'm learning all kinds of things that I would have never otherwise known. So learning or growing or curiosity is a great way, short, medium, and long term, to get yourself out of and stay out of any kind of a bad mood. Podcasts are great. You probably have some favorites that stimulate your imagination or curiosity or your sense of learning, and connectivity. You go, gosh, I feel more connected to the world when I'm learning and growing, because now I understand what's going on in a foreign country, or with a segment of the population, or with a new medical treatment that I would have never known otherwise. So learning and growing is a fabulous prescription or antidote for falling into a slump. It comes from actively using your mind. Now, at the risk of getting on a soapbox, I'll get it on for about 10 seconds. TV doesn't do this very well. YouTube in a learning way, yes. Some programming on television is designed for learning and growth. A lot of it is designed for white noise or to turn your brain into mush. Stay away from all that. To the extent that you can use television or documentaries to learn and grow, you'll feel better about yourself. And my guess is you will not miss anything going on the Kardashians or on Teen Mom. You don't need them. Okay? So again, biologically and neurologically, what are you doing? You're releasing, in short, you're releasing healthy, productive hormones, and you're blocking the ones that aren't very good, that cause stress or allow stress to wreck your biology, digestive system, and sleep. Great. Whether it's mind, body, or spirit, they all work in conjunction. You pick the one that you want to. Our recommendation is go body first, spirituality second, and mind third. But the truth is you can engage all three of them equally, and they'll help you get out of and stay out of a bad mood. So here's the deal. You're here because you want a better life. I really appreciate that, and I'm your partner in doing that. Remember, we create lasting behavior change on purpose by making transformation safer and more attractive. That's all we're doing here with getting you to a good mood and keeping you out of a bad mood. We're transforming your ecosystem. The truth is, we're not, you are. We're just helping you. To the extent that this is helpful, like this and share it with your community. My guess is they're probably having a bad day every once in a while as well. Until we meet again on Pure Genius, all the best.